is the Sixfold Buddhahood. This is from the Tiantai school of Buddhism by Master Puren from the Song Dynasty. It talks about the 6 stages of spiritual transformation. The first stage, Buddha in principle. In stillness and emotion, the great principle embodies all. Yet in ignorance, all your moves go against it. Blindly, you pursue the worldly things without knowing where you will end up. In movement or in stillness, our Buddha nature, the great principle, is always there. The mind, Buddha, sentient beings are not different from each other. Tiantai Buddhism is based on the Lotus Sutra. The full name of the sutra is the Wonderful Dharma Lotus Sutra. There are actually 3 wonderful Dharma. The wonderful Dharma of our mind, the wonderful Dharma of Buddha, the wonderful Dharma of sentient beings. Even though we are sentient beings full of afflictions, karmic retributions, but we are not different from the Buddha with Dharmakaya, prajna, and perfect compassion. We are the same as Buddha. Why is that? Because the wonderful Dharma of the mind. One is just the deluded mind, and one is just the awakened mind. But it's never apart from the mind you are using right now. The Buddha in stillness and emotion. This principle is always there. It's always here and now. But because we are always using the deluded mind, our liar consciousness, in our everyday action, we move against the great principle, against our pure consciousness. We follow our greed, anger, ignorance, blindly pursue worldly things, not knowing being in the reincarnation. We do not understand who we are. We are the Buddha, just like the real Buddha. But we go against it every single day. Number 2, Buddha in name. The tomb of the unborn, the song of deathless had just been heard. Seeing the truth in everything as it is, you cry, how I have lived my life in vain. Buddha in name means you have heard the scripture of the Lotus Sutra. Now you hear about the wonderful Buddha nature, the wonderful Dharma of our mind. You hear this tomb of the unborn. You are not mortal. You are the Buddha. We are not this body that will die, that is impermanent. And we don't have to chase after the worldly things that are constantly changing. You read the scripture, hear the one Buddha vehicle expounded in the Lotus Sutra, you totally awaken. Now you see the truth in everything, that the great principle is in everyday life. Then you cry, how I have lived my life in vain. You feel a sense of strong regret. How I have wasted so much time quibbling about trivial worldly matters when I am the Buddha. Now you have faith in your nature. You're not supposed to be suffering, full of anxiety, fear, and your emotion constantly moved by worldly environments. Number 3, Buddha in contemplation. Thought by thought, you are mindful of the ever-present principle. Moment by moment, each delusion ceases. Contemplate the entire Dharma realm. You find the nature of all things is neither real nor unreal. Now you actually are practicing Buddhism. You can quiet your mind, sit in meditation, chant Amitabha to bring out your Buddha nature. You actually have real contemplation, awareness of your true nature. So thought by thought, you are mindful of the principle, which is the true nature. The Buddha Dharma is within you. It has never left you. It's always here. Now you're just aware of it 24 hours a day, even in your slumber. You're mindful of it. Now you hold yourself as someone who has the Buddha nature, who is always awakened, who is at peace, who has no anger, no greed, no ignorance, no worry, no anxiety. Isn't that a better way to live? Contemplate on it. Day after day, moment by moment, each delusion ceases. Now you don't use the selfish mind. You're not a wave in the ocean anymore. You're now the big ocean, the entirety of your essence, which is the Buddha. You still do the same thing, you still go to work, you still have obstacles and challenges in your life, but now you are not suffering because you know your essence, you know the great principle. Gradually, the illusion ceases and you contemplate on the entire Dharma realm. You find a nature that is neither real nor unreal. In Buddhism, to be awakened, you understand the ultimate truth and the conventional truth. In the conventional world, we cannot say it doesn't exist. It's just things happening in a dream. So it's unreal. But in reality, the realness is emptiness. You can balance between emptiness and existence. So the ultimate truth and the conventional truth, because now you are beyond duality. You see the truth in every condition arising. You see emptiness. The appearance itself is whimsical, always changing, but you see beyond what's happening. This way, you will not just respond to all your life situations with anger, with grief, with anxiety. Now you respond like a Buddha, living in the present moment. Perfect, quiet, inner state. See the truth of the entire Dharma realm, the nature of all things, what we call the middle way. Number 4, Buddha in resemblance. Now you're similar to a Buddha. The 4 abidances are clear, yet the 6 thoughts are not empty. The disease is still in your eyes, seeing red flowers from emptiness. 4 abidances. We actually have 5 according to Tentai Buddhism. The first one is our delusion of our view. We think this body is me. That is a delusion. Then we have delusion of our thoughts in the world of desire, world of form, and the world of formlessness. In this triple world of reincarnation, we have different kinds of delusion of thoughts. Our greed, anger, and ignorance is different in these 3 different realms. But at this stage, the Bodhisattva has let go of the 4 abidances. And this is the same as an arhat who has let go of the attachment to the self. The 4 abidances have cleared, but there's the 5th one, the subtle attachment to the Dharma. That is our delusion of ignorance. We have not yet cleared. Yet the 6 thoughts are not empty. This is the subtle attachment to the Dharma. The 6 thoughts is the external world, the world of object. So our Laya consciousness, when it's diluted, it forms the scene division and the form division. So the perceiving subject and the world of object. It's all created by our own mind, and we still don't know that it is created by us. Therefore, you still have ignorance, you still have abidances. So the 6 thoughts are not yet empty, which means advanced practitioners still have remnants of delusion, which is their attachment to Dharma. They don't understand that the entire reincarnation is unreal. So the disease is still in your eyes. You see red flowers in the sky. There are actually no flowers, but because our eye have problems, we see floaters. But in reality, there is nothing flowing in the air. It means we are still wearing a lens of the deluded mind. That's how we still see the world. Number 6, Dharma in progressive realization. Now you are partial realized Buddha. This is the 10th ground level of Bodhisattva. You are guaranteed to reach Buddhahood because now you have let go of your delusion of ignorance. Now you don't use the scene division or the form division. You understand It's not your Buddha nature. It's a deluded mind. Suddenly, your mind is fully awakened. In all clarity, everything is understood. Haven't yet reached the ultimate source. The moon still appears somewhat hazy. At this stage, you're fully awakened because you see everything is only a dream. You know it with certainty. You are in full control of your mind, fully aware. Everything is clear. Your mind is clear. You lead a different life because you understand the reality of the entire Dharma realm. But this is still not the ultimate Buddhahood. You haven't now fully realized the great principle. The moon is still hazy. The moon is the Buddha nature. You still have a very thin layer of veil covering your eyes because you still have some very, very, very subtle delusion of ignorance. Lastly, ultimate Buddhahood. Before, all that appear real were illusions. Now, all illusions are part of reality. Simply return everything to its original nature. There is nothing new whatsoever. What is real all became illusions. Your Buddha nature is real, but you still live a mundane life, using the deluded mind in the world of existence. But now, all the illusions of the world are part of your real mind, your pure consciousness. You know everything is manifestation of your real consciousness. Now you have the ability to create the Buddha world. You know everything, and you can transform things with your mind. All illusions are now reality. Simply return everything to its original nature. You realize in these 6 stages, you never gained anything new. This is your original nature. The cause and the fruition, it's all the same Buddha nature. It's always been here with you all the time. You just didn't realize that before. So now you suddenly realize eons of cultivation, you just return to your true nature. Sixfold is one. One is sixfold. When we are very arrogant, we should realize we're still not yet a Buddha. We are Buddha in our essence, but right now we're still a mundane with greed, anger, ignorance, and delusion. There are still actually 6 stages. Every bodhisattva has to go through them in order to attain real, ultimate enlightenment. But if you have no hope, no confidence, 6 is 1. 6 stages is only 1. Has never left you. It's just right here, right now. We have afflictions and our cultivation might not be going as what you like. Your life right now can be a mess, but still, you have the true nature. You should give yourself hope. You should know that one mind of awaken, your life can transform for the better. Between one thought, you can transform your life. So that's the one Buddha vehicle expounded in the Lotus Sutra. In the first chapter of the Lotus Sutra, Maitreya Bodhisattva, which is the next Buddha after Shakyamuni Buddha, he is actually called name seeker. He loves to pursue worldly goods and fame and like to be with prominent people. But because he has a good roots, he still in eons meet a lot of Buddha. So he's the next Buddha to be. If a name seeker can become a Buddha, all of us can do it. So the first chapter is already telling us we can all become Buddha. Even Maitreya, he's a name seeker. He can still be a Buddha. So we can do it as well. Have faith in yourself and understand that becoming a Buddha is a reality. Sooner or later, everyone will reach Buddhahood. This is the class for today. Thank you so much for listening. Best wishes. Amitabha.